How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft with me, your host, Lidless. We are back in the world here, in our temple. I have moved pretty much everything down in here now, and I lowered this entire floor by one, just so I could fit some extra storage chests here. I've got everything pretty much organized in here. Got my resource chest organized like so. This is probably all going to get fortune at some point. I went ahead and made a diamond block just because I could. But I got mob loot, redstone-y kind of stuff, nether stuff, and so on. They're all organized. I was trying something out with this floor. I'm probably not going to do this design, although it would fit the temple look. It would fit kind of what I'm going for, but I'm going to try to come up with something a little bit different than just carrying on this mossy cobble and cobblestone look. But we're not going to work on this episode. I want to do something a little bit different because I'm a little bit burnt out on working on the temple for right now. Not necessarily burnt out, I need to do something else. I did go AFK at the skeleton spawner for a good probably like 45 minutes. I just sat there and let the entities pile up. I had gosh, how many did I have in there? Probably like 100 and so. And then I decided, well, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to cave in here a little bit and explore it. And I got blown up by... First, I got killed by a skeleton. And then a creeper blew up on the skeleton. And I was so worried that my tools were going to be destroyed. Ooh, I got this bow. Ooh. That's not bad. I mean, not really. It kind of sucks, but... Yeah, I got blown up by a creeper after... Well, I got killed by a skeleton, then a creeper blew up, and I was so worried my items would blow up, but they were okay, so that was good. But this episode, I'm going to find something different to do, a little bit of a different project, because like I said, I'm kind of out of ideas for what I want to do with this. I don't really feel like messing with it currently. I've got my storage all in place, and that was my main goal, but we are going to be working on this at some other point. But this episode, we're going to find a little different project, so I'll figure out what we're going to do, and I'll probably come back with you guys in just a bit after I've figured it out. So I'll be back in just a bit. So I was kind of just running along here by my melon tower trees, and I noticed this, and I was like, what happened there? Ooh, creeper. Anyway, I was wondering, like, what did this? What happened here? And then I realized, come on, you guys. Leave me alone. I cannot hit. There we go. But I was like, what did this? And then I kind of realized there was a thunderstorm the other night, and the only thing I can gather is that this tree was annihilated by lightning, which got me kind of a little bit worried. For a couple reasons. Well, one is my melon tower trees are entirely made of wood, so if something were to ever strike them with lightning, I would end up with something like this, which wouldn't be good at all. It would be terrible. I'd have to rebuild them, but we're probably just going to have to risk it. The second reason is one of my ideas for this world is to kind of build a little bit of a tree village. Now, we're not really quite not really quite up to speed and ready for that yet, but I kind of want to build a tree village just spanning from tree to tree to tree, and I'll build some jungle trees, tree houses rather, that will just kind of span across them. This would actually be a decent island for that because this is kind of a smaller part of the biome. This stretches back for miles for just hundreds of thousands of blocks. Okay, probably not that many, but thousands of blocks at least. So I'll probably do the tree village over here at some point. But we're not going to work on that now, but this worries me. I'll have to think about that a little bit and just wonder if I want to risk it or not. But yeah, I just had to point out the lightning strike that happened there after I noticed it. It's kind of ugly now. Whoops, fell in the water. But yeah, I'll be back in a moment once I figure out what we're going to do. Okay, so here's what we've got going on. We're going to be building ourselves a greenhouse. I've tried to figure out a place to put it. I was originally going to place it over there, and I built this big like foundation for it and realized it looked too square just sitting out in the ocean. I didn't enjoy that. So I moved all those sheep for nothing, but it makes for a good clip. I think we're going to actually put it over here. What I want to try doing, which I didn't do with this island, let me just get back into view. I didn't do it with this island, but I want to try to keep the natural order of things somewhat and make paths to where I need to go. So what we're probably going to do is just a little hole I dug. We're going to start, I think we'll probably have a little bridge come across here and go up to here, and then we'll probably cut across this direction. So I need to remove all of this just to make ourselves a bit of a path. And this has to go. We're gonna make a greenhouse though, guys. And that's what I'm planning to do. A little bit of a tree farm area. It's not gonna be very efficient. It's not like it's gonna be some automated farm or anything. I'm going for look over functionality or efficiency, I guess. Say all of them? No, there's one. Okay, that should be it, I think. But yeah, we're probably going to cut the path around here, I believe. Let's get rid of these tiny little oak bushes. Alright, is there one more? No. Okay. But yeah, we're going to cut the path around in here, and I'm probably going to build the greenhouse right around in this area. Now, it will mean I've got to cut down this bad boy right here. But this one will probably live. This 4x4 behind here will live. These other ones are probably going to have to go, and then I'll pretty up these sides. But I'm going to probably get a little bit started here on it. I just wanted to explain a bit of what I'm planning to do here as I chop down all these trees. I got to make sure this is going to die. I think I missed a branch. Get out of there. Okay. Did I miss one? Maybe it's just this jungle tree. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the jungle tree doing it. I knew there was going to be another one. Okay, that ought to do it. Alright, and we'll just start to get a path going here, so we can start construction of our greenhouse. But it is going to be right back in this corner, in this little hub, and we'll have a nice path by the end of the episode leading straight from here, around here, and up to the greenhouse. But that's going to be my objective today, so I'll be back with you guys in a moment after I made some progress. Okay guys, it's been quite some time, and I have planned out pretty much the radius here that we're going to have, or not radius, but area. So this is the size I'm going to make this little tree farm. It's not going to be, like I said, very efficient, but it's going to look nice, I think. But basically, I got the torches lined out. Now, here, this is the entrance, so this is going to be the wall begins. You'll walk in, you'll have about a three or four, I'm probably going to push this back maybe, you'll have like a 3 area walkway where you can go left or right. But here we're going to have a chest on this torch, and then a row of hoppers going across. And what the hoppers are going to do is, actually we're going to have a row of hoppers going this direction, and all the trees will be planted on the left and on the right sides. And how I'm going to plant it is, you got some dispensers, you're going to push everything off into the middle where the row of hoppers will lead into the chest, and we'll collect saplings and everything that way. So that's how this is going to work. The dispensers will be activated by a button push, of course. There was a tiny little cave here. I haven't fully explored yet, but it's there. I'll probably need to do that here in a little bit, just to make sure we get it all lit up. But yeah, this is going to be the area. This is pretty much everything I had to knock out for this. Did a little bit of terraforming against this wall. We got some jungle leaves that are probably gonna have to go, or some leaves there that are gonna have to go. The rest of this stuff can stay though. Most of this up here we can leave. It's not gonna worry me too much. But this is probably gonna have to go. So go ahead and knock that one out. Probably this one too. Okay, I think that might do it. Is there another one around here? There's one right here that needs to go as well. Okay, that should do us. But I'm gonna get building on this thing. Now, looks-wise, not sure what all I want to do with it. But looks-wise, it should be alright once I've finished it. It's gonna be kind of surrounded by these trees, just in here in the jungle. I'm gonna sleep. But yes, I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna start to build this thing and be back with some progress. And back with a little bit of an update here. So I've got the dispensers place, I've got the hopper arrangement, and I've got a bit of the frame kind of coming into play now. So the way I'm gonna do this frame, I want to make it look like an actual greenhouse. So I was thinking using these jungle logs around the perimeter like this. They are going to be a little bit taller than this. I just that's how I placed them down to make sure I knew where to place them. But we're going to have kind of like a wire frame around it, and the rest of it's going to be covered in glass, I think. Yeah, I think that would be like a decent idea as far as a greenhouse would go. It would leave us a few blocks here for trees. Granted, it's not going to be the most efficient farm by any means, but saplings will get auto collected, and they'll kind of just funnel into the hoppers for me, and I can grow just about as many as I want in here really once I get finished with it, but we'll see how that will all pan out. But I'm just gonna kind of bring this up at least 7 blocks. That's the key. 7 blocks from where you would grow the tree. That will allow oak trees and birch to, I believe, grow no problem. I don't know about spruce. Spruce might be a little bit rough on that regard, but we'll go up 7 blocks and then we'll have kind of a rounded, kind of concave look to it for the roof. But I'm gonna get back to work. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on what I've done so far. I caught a sheep. I caught a sheep, you guys. That swimming sheep, man. He was around here. He was swimming all over the place. I caught him with my boat. So I got these pillars put up. I got them pretty much stacked. This is going to be pretty much the ceiling level. So from there, we'll have to go a couple more blocks on each of these, and then probably make a bit of a frame going across like this, and then have it kind of concave. So it's going to be the concave that's going to be hard. I still cannot believe I caught the sheep. That's really the only reason I came back for this. The entrance to this thing, I don't know. I know it's going to be right here, but this is just kind of a temporary thing just to see what I want to do. But I'm going to get working on the frame now, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, so I have completed the roof, I think. It's not really as concaved as I would like it to be. That's the thing that's making me say I think. I could raise it up a little bit further and have it more rounded, but this is kind of what I've gone with so far. Granted, I'll have to take all these blocks back out and replace them, but I don't really mind doing that. Probably about time to cut these trees. I went with glass panes on the front here, and I'm probably going to replace the base with some kind of stone brick. The next few steps are going to be getting all the dispensers running and making sure that it can funnel in properly, and then I think we'll be just about done, but I'll be back in a moment. Let me tell you guys, if you're going to be doing a project like this, make sure that you've got the dimensions right before you begin. I had to back, after I built all of this for the most part, aside from the glass panes, which I just got done re-entering. How's it look? Looks pretty good. Anyway, I had to back this entire thing up by 1 block because these were 1 block too close. Bit of a headache there, but it all worked out in the end. I am now pretty much complete here. What I'm planning to do now, we're going to get the redstone hooked up. We're going to add a little bit more to the base, because this is all going to be, I think, stone bricks. And yeah, I think after that we'll be pretty much done, but I'm going to get the redstone cooking. So I'll be back with you guys in just a bit. Oh man, this isn't gonna work. Oh, I just realized this isn't gonna work. I gotta figure out a way to get it to work, but here's why this isn't gonna work right here. Let's put the lever down. Now, I've only wired this side up. This side is not wired, but watch what happens. Seems good, right? Seems to flow nice. But what was that? The source blocks. Get them before anything else. That means this isn't going to work, so we got to figure out a way to do this that doesn't make source blocks, but still will reach all the way out. I'll have to figure something out. I'll be back. Alright, I think this is how we're going to solve the problem. It's getting into our surface area a little bit, so we're going to have less room to grow trees. But if we grow them wrong in a line here, we should be alright. Probably like right here, and just grow them in these little patches. Now, I haven't wired that side up or fixed it yet, but if we flick this, I'm pretty sure this will keep it from making source blocks. Nice, and I anticipated these blocks. Let me shut that off. Okay, so it's pretty much anywhere there's a block here, we need another hopper. So I don't know if I'm gonna have enough hoppers though for this. But this is one way I think we're gonna be able to fix it. And the thing is we only really need a couple rows here of grass, so it shouldn't be that big. I'm gonna need more hoppers. I knew when I started this I'd be going through a lot of them, but I didn't anticipate running out. So I need to go get some more hoppers, and I'll wire up this other side, and I think that will, honestly, that'll be it. All I need to do is just wire up both sides, and we're good to go. So yeah, I'll be back in just a bit. And I believe I'm done. So I went ahead and planted down all of these. I've got my button all wired up. We've got the sapling collection chest. In fact, let's just give it a try. I know I just planted all these down, but let's see it in action. Yep, and there it goes. Let me just turn it off. Bit of lag there, huh? My frames just dropped down to 12. Alright, yeah, and it should be collecting them all. Looks pretty good. I don't know how it's gonna grow. I should be able to grow spruce. In fact, this might be a test for some bone meal, but I should be able to grow spruce as well. Although I might have to plant them a little bit differently, but mostly I think this is going to be good enough. So the path should be, I believe, I'll have to figure out the math, but I think their leaves only go out by 2 blocks. So I should be able to plant them here. And then 2 blocks there. So I should be able to get right around 3 rows. The only thing is these middle ones, we might have to stagger, because if one grows okay, if these 8 grow, and there's one in the middle, if they all grow before this one in the middle grows, then no dice. I won't be able to cut it down, but we'll let these grow and just see what kind of happens with them. But I think that just about does it for today's episode. What kind of time do we make? We're doing alright. As you could probably have seen, I don't know. Oh, the Ocelot despawned. Oh, you saw the Ocelot earlier. That sheep, though. That sheep, man. I'm just gonna leave him in the boat. Maybe I'll just leave him in there. It's kind of neat seeing the sheep in the boat. Anyway, tree farm's done. Tree farm's done. That's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Appreciate you watching, and you have a good one.